Welcome back, Rachel and Adam, for another subject. This one's going to be I can do hard things. Um, Obviously, with wrestling's a hard sport, and I really think that we do a great job of this. I'm going to give an example, and this happened later on, actually, when I was coaching, and I coached for a short time, a volunteer assistant at Dana College, and day one of practice, day one that we could do anything. We put people in a bus. We drove out 10 miles and dropped them off, and I actually did it the first time. And so the first day was a 10-mile run. Many people were not in shape, but everybody finished. A lot of the preseason practice was stuff that I couldn't believe I was able to do, but that was the point. The point is, if we were able to do these really hard, grueling things, a 6 or 7 minute match really isn't that hard. We've already gone through tough stuff. You can be able to finish that off. Rachel, you got any stuff on this? I'm quite certain with your experience, you have a lot of things on this.
It's really in your mindset again. Like your body is, or your mind is going to quit far way before your body ever does. And I guess just a little tip that I always use, when we were conditioning and the sweat was coming out of my headgear cup into my face, and just it seemed like the worst thing in the world. It was hot, everything. My secret was I would take myself to my happy place. So I would be on the dock at my parents' cabin on the lake and listening to the waves come in. I wasn't in that wrestling room holding the plank, No, that's kind of a tip that I always use to kind of get through some of those like hard conditioning practices, hard moments. Another, I guess, experience or tip that I have for that too is just realizing that this is not forever, basically. You're trying to fight off your back. You're in a bad position. Conditioning seems like it's lasting an hour and a half. It will be over at some point. You just have to keep telling yourself that I can do this. It'll be over at some point. They'll blow the whistle at some point. That's kind of how I've been able to get through some of those hard things, hard situations.
How about yourself, Adam?
We talk about hunting failure, and we talk about that failure and struggle is inevitable. It's part of wrestling. It's part of life, and just embrace it as an opportunity to grow, and embrace it as an opportunity to push the person next to you and be encouraged by the person on the other side of you. And there is a Bible passage that goes along with that from Romans 5, and it just says, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. So it's just referring to those hard things, those challenging things that in the moment we want to quit, but when we keep going, we learn it refines us and it makes us better. Again, we talk about hunting failure. We've talked before about about intentionally putting people in tough situations where we want to make them feel like they want to quit, and then encourage them and talk them through how to talk to themselves through those moments. And then just encouraging them to lean on the person next to them. If we're running sprints, find somebody to run next to, and just find the strength in your teammates, that it doesn't have to be just you that's doing the hard thing. It can be the whole team doing the hard things with you.
Yeah, I think one of the rewards of wrestling that we don't talk about enough is the ability to handle hard things. Through an adult life, we suffer many losses. Whether that's at some point in time, parents are going to be gone. I've suffered through a loss of a child, and without the sport of wrestling and without sports in general, I don't know if those things would be. I don't want to say they were easy, but made easier, because I knew that I've been through hard things, and so I really think that the wrestling, one of the rewards of wrestling, is the fact that we can do hard things. Anybody else got anything else to add on that? Or we?
Once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy, I think.
Yeah, I think, yeah. No, that. I have heard that Dan Gable quote. I didn't even think about that until you said that. But yeah, that is a really good quote, and it's very true. I believe that. Well, we'll finish up this subject, and we'll be back with another one.